Hello and welcome to the posture workout. This month we have an improving symmetry routine and we are starting off here in gravity drop for 3 minutes. So place a step stool in front of a door jamb and with your shoes on, come back to the balls of your feet and drop down into your heels. Position your body so that your shoulders and hips are directly above your ankles and hold this for 3 minutes. The biggest mistake that people make here is not having that vertical alignment of the shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. So if you look down, you should see your laces and the tongues of your shoes. That's how you can tell that you're in the right spot. Once you're in position, set the timer for 3 minutes, look straight ahead, relax your belly, and breathe. Now the purpose here is to remove rotation in the hips and torso. You will feel a big stretch in your calf muscles down in your lower legs, but stretching that part of your body is not the overall purpose here. This is a total body repositioning exercise. That's why it's so important to keep that vertical alignment of the shoulders and hips directly over the knees and ankles. What this does is it allows the muscles of the back side of the body to work in counterbalance with the muscles of the front side of the body, resulting in a reduction of rotation. So make sure that you keep your feet straight. Check down periodically to see if your feet have turned out, because they most likely have. Reposition the feet so that they look slightly pigeon-toed. Keep looking straight ahead and keep your belly relaxed. That's really important here that you have your belly relaxed, because we do want to allow for extension in the pelvis and low back, and that extension will translate through the upper back and neck. Make sure that you're breathing and keeping your weight equal from the left foot to the right foot, and keep your weight equal from the inner edges of your feet to the outer edges of your feet. If you don't have a stepladder, you can do this on stairs in your house, holding on to your railing on the side and looking straight ahead. Good job, you're almost done here. You should be feeling a pretty intense stretch in your calves, some muscle work in your hips, and possibly some muscle work through the low back. Notice I keep looking down to check my feet. You should be doing the same thing. And when you're done, let's get down off the stepladder onto the floor for sitting floor twist. Sit with your knees extended, with your feet fists and a half width apart. Cross one leg over the other and twist in the opposite direction. If you have the flexibility for it, bring your elbow to the outside of your knee and flex the foot and tighten the thigh of the straight leg. The priority here is to sit evenly on both hips and to sit tall. So I want you to think of having a puppet string on the top of your head and someone is pulling that string up towards the ceiling. Now finally, twist. So the twist is really the last priority here. Your most important number one priority is to stay even on both hips and to sit tall. Breathe into your belly, so you should feel your belly expanding out against your thigh with each breath. Remember to keep the thigh of the leg that's down on the floor tight and that foot flexed with the foot pointed straight up towards the ceiling. Good job. Let's relax. Switch sides here, so reset your feet so they are hip width distance apart before you switch sides. Really important that that leg that's down on the floor stays right in line with the hip. And if you have the flexibility for it, you can bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. Sit tall and twist and turn your head to look over the opposite shoulder. Try to place an arch in the low back by extending the pelvis. Roll your pelvis forward as far as you can. Now the twist should start in the low back and should translate all the way up through the upper back and the neck. Breathe into your belly, and just like the other side, your belly should expand against your thigh with every breath. Keep the thigh of the down leg tight and the foot pointed straight towards the ceiling with the foot flexed. And now for standing wall clock. Stand pigeon-toed with your toes touching the wall and your forehead touching the wall. And bring your arms straight up overhead, curl your fingers into the palms of your hands, and rotate out at the shoulder joint, with the rotation coming from the shoulder joint, not from the wrist or the elbow. And hold that there for a full minute. Keep your stomach relaxed. And keep working that shoulder joint into an externally rotated position here. And when you come out into position number 2, your arms should be at 45 degrees. Make sure to rotate at the shoulder joint, not the wrist. Keep the belly relaxed and breathe. And now for position number 3, bring your arms down to 90 degrees with your arms straight out from your shoulders and externally rotate at the shoulder joint. This exercise promotes extension throughout the entire body with proper alignment of the load joints, the shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. So it's really important that you have the toes touching the wall and the forehead touching the wall, with the belly relaxed and the glutes relaxed. Now for sitting abductor presses. Sit with your knees and hips at 90 degrees, with your feet straight and your ankle joints directly below your knees. Place a strap or a belt at your knees so that your knees are a fist and a half width apart, and whatever strap or belt that you use should not be stretchy. Now tilt your hips forward to place an arch in your lower back. This is very, very important. Press out against your strap and release, and repeat for 3 sets of 20 reps. So here we're working the lateral hip stabilizer muscles. These are muscles that go to sleep when we sit. So this is a very important exercise for all of us to be doing because of the amount of time that we spend sitting. You should feel this in your outer hips. Now the key here is to maintain the arch in your low back by keeping your pelvis tilted forward. When you tilt your pelvis forward to make the arch in your low back, don't lift your chest to make the arch. Create the arch by moving the pelvis forward into extension and holding it there. Press and release with slow, controlled motions. Take your time with these. The biggest mistake people make on this one is they rush through it going through the motions. So I want you to take a full second to press out, a full second to hold, and a full second to release. Keep the pelvis rolled forward and keep the stomach relaxed. Good job. Now let's get into supine foot circles and point flexes. We're going 20 in each direction. Keep the knee perfectly still and the shin parallel to the floor. Now the opposite foot should be pointed straight up towards the ceiling, not flopped out to the side, and the down leg needs to be straight. So if that leg doesn't straighten automatically, you may need to work to get that knee joint into a straight position, but working at it is definitely worthwhile. Make the full circle with your foot. Imagine that you're scraping out the inside of an ice cream bowl. You will feel this pretty intensely in the lower leg, the shin, and the calf. After 20 directions, go ahead and switch, go the other way. 20 directions and in 20 reps in both directions and 20 point flexes. Now, what does this exercise do? This exercise strengthens the muscles of the feet. So most shoes, shoes that offer support, which is the majority of the shoes out there, allow for the muscles of the foot to not do their job. So what happens is over time, these muscles become weak. This exercise restores function of the muscles of the foot. Now let's switch sides. Check the down leg, make sure that the foot is pointed straight up towards the ceiling and the knee joint is straight. And with the leg that's in the air, make sure the shin stays parallel to the floor and the knee joint stays perfectly still. Rotate the foot in a full circle just like you're scraping out the inside of an ice cream bowl. Now I want you to keep the knee in line with your hip. So look at your knee, and if you see that your knee is moving inward or outward, move it back to the center and hold it there. In addition to strengthening the feet, this exercise reestablishes the kinetic chain of the ankle, knee, and hip that gets lost with sitting and with inactivity. So we're doing a lot of things here with this exercise. Breathe, keep your shoulders relaxed, and keep your belly relaxed. We want your hips doing most of the work here, not your upper body. Take your time on these point flexes. The most important thing here is the form, not the reps. I'd rather you start off with 5 good repetitions and work your way up to 20 versus rushing through these. Nice work with this routine. Now let's get into some things to remember with gravity drop. Look down and make sure that your feet are straight. Your feet should look slightly pigeon-toed to yourself, and they should be even on both sides. Make sure that you're not leaning back. Make sure you're not leaning forward. So shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles should be stacked in a straight line. Now here's a close-up of the feet. The biggest mistake people make is they have their feet turned out, just like this. So the way to correct that is to spread the heels, turn the toes inward until you look slightly pigeon-toed to yourself, and then you'll be in the right position. Standing wall clock, don't move the wrist. Move the shoulders just like this. Here's a close-up, moving the wrist, that's the wrong way, that's gonna feel easy. Move the shoulder, that's the right way, that's gonna feel hard. That's how you know you're doing it right. Sitting abductor press, roll the pelvis forward to create the arch in the low back. Don't lift the chest like I'm showing you here. Keep the upper body relaxed, and a trick is to place your hands on your hips and feel your pelvis rolling forward and hold it there. So relax the stomach and press and release against the strap. Foot circles and point flexes, don't move the knee. Don't do little mini reps. So we don't want to see those small, teeny tiny little circles. We also don't want to see fast circles, so don't just go through the motions. Be sure to take your time and make full, deliberate repetitions here. Remember, just like you're scraping out the inside of an ice cream bowl. Now the down foot should not flop out to the side. Keep the foot pointed straight to the ceiling and flexed. And keep the leg that's down straight. Congratulations on completing your daily posture workout. Remember to make this a daily habit first thing in the morning. If you have questions or comments, post them to the Posture Workout Facebook community, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.